That's definitely a cover. Productivity and efficiency. Prepare. What is it? Prepare to. Oh fuck. Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail. Yes. That's why I fail a lot. That's why everything I touch always dies. That's a good song, isn't it? That's my song. That. Let's play that. That is my song. Do you know? I once ended a relationship, and that's what I had sent. Fucking relentless. But she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. What's it called now? Let her go. Right, we'll bang this on and then we'll get a panel going. I won't go in live. I was going to jump on BBA's, but he's not gone live. So I banged it on. I see he'd set a live up for 9 o'clock. It's tomorrow. So I just impulsively went live. Otherwise, I would have had notice. I would have put it up at past. So we'll just settle in slowly. Grab your centre drink, put kettle on. God bless, get on. Great to see you, mate. Have you found? I won't say it. I'll drive you mad. Fuck off. Get it found though. We've got to find that VHS. Got to find it. Sasha, welcome. You'll be a legend. I don't think you realise how much people like get on. Rusty, welcome. Top deck. Hello there, Jeff Taylor. Hello. Right, I'm going to put this tune on and then I will be with you. Should have a symbol on it at the end there, shouldn't it? Excellent stuff. Great tune. Great tune. I'm doing good, Craig. I'm doing good. Glad to see you back. Sometimes on panel, I can come across as a little bit hasty, and that's just how it is. It's all very fast, and there's a lot of people, and it's very difficult sometimes. So I don't apologise for it because I've got to protect my channel to make sure we've always somewhere to go. So I did it to Let's last night. I have to just, the rules state I got to act in a timely manner, so that's what I do. Anne-Marie Thompson, ironically, I got dumped too. Ironically, I got dumped too, yeah. I mean, that was a big regret. I ended the relationship for it. I shouldn't discuss it really, but I wished I didn't. I wished I didn't, and but it was for the right reasons. Good evening, David. Good evening, pal. I'm shutting my mouth. We've all been there. Well, maybe we should talk about because I mean I hurted her and I should never have done it, but what do you do? We've all been there, yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I never ate one Jerry this year because it's just the only thing I can eat now is, and I don't. Is the same? Can someone know anyone about if it's in the Galaxy? In fact, I should check it. Galaxy, I eat a lot of that. Yes, Lynn, I'm shutting my mouth about that topic though. Oh, I didn't do anything, Anne-Marie. Have you only just come back, love? You need a break sometimes, don't you? You need a break. I'm taking myself away on one in a few weeks. Just have a different scenery and away. Average Idiot. Ooh, quiz now he's got. Average Idiot quiz. Yes, Reese, evening, pal. I let 20 go. Well, yeah, it wasn't the first, but it's the only one I've been bothered about. It was the only one I was bothered. But I knew at the time anyway. It was just wrong time. Wrong time. I thought I were pushing someone onto my kids. I were the one bringing kids up, and it just something didn't sit right. But it were wrong. I were wrong. Wrong. You've been busy working, Craig. What you been doing? Because come and have a chat then. If you what's going on? He says he's been working. Right, the stream starts, so we'll take this down. We've got a guest. God bless the UK. Been working in a bar. Brilliant, brilliant stuff, mate. God bless. Welcome.
Bloody hell, that's quick.
Hey, no messing about. You're quiet.
I know, I'm Rick. What, really?
That's better.
I never come first, but I did today. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, you come first today.
Oh, what are you doing to me, mate? I told you, my lifestyle's changed. I don't stay up late. We go to bed early. We get in bed and watch about, that's TV, my favourite at the moment. You got the Benidorm and Shameless, and then you go to Challenge TV and you get all the old bullseyes. I'll tell you how old they are.
Challenge TV. I used to love that program, Challenge TV, when it first were on like NTL and Virgin. It were great. Hot quiz shows.
Oh, you had to go to the NTL, didn't you, in Virgin? See, I know you're going to go. I see the segue here.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I actually forgot until you said that. I swear to God, I'd forgot the NTL, and I can't actually remember fully. But that was not to do with the VHS. Well, that
I thought he was going to say, "Oh yeah, remember Challenge TV? We used to record it on our VHS or Betamax tapes." Have you got any left?
NTL. Just tell you about the time NTL nearly killed me. They came out to fit. They came out to fit the cable and stapled the wire straight into the gas pipe.
No, you're a liar.
I'm not. Yeah.
No.
They come out fucking gas everywhere in house. Yeah. And I were only young, like 18, 19 or something. Or maybe 20. I'd have been in my 20s. And I didn't do about it. I let it use. I would have kicked off now. I'd have had something out of that.
Whoa.
They came straight out, the managers in their own cars, fixed it. Yeah. I think I got a couple of months, like some free packages or something like that. But yeah, we were just full at house. We're just filled with gas.
Yeah, the engineers that come. I mean, I used to get contracted out for really special jobs of installation for satellite dishes and stuff like that. I mean, some of them is really posh fucking houses. I had to do them up because they're listed. I had to do them in the bushes or something and I had to dab all the paint like to camouflage the discs.
There's a lot of rules, isn't there? There's a lot of rules with them on, especially. One of my mates recently, he's had the problem. He's like, "Oh no, we can't even fucking put a nail in that wall. They won't touch some walls." Yeah, I'm really chuffed for Craig. That's good because some great news. My son wants to see me. I've not seen him since he was a baby. That's great, Craig.
Oh,
good evening, boss side.
How old's your son now, Craig?
Yeah, good question. How old is he? A lot of support in the chat there for you, Craig, as well. Oh, we've got another chat. I didn't see you there, Rob. Apologies. And yeah, a lot of time last night. I bet, not exaggerating, at least 10 people joined the panel last night and left before I got them on. And I don't comment but just hang fire. If you are backstage, hang fire. I'll get you on at appropriate time. But it won't be instant if it's not appropriate. Do you know? But loads were leaving last night. They jump in and they wait about, I don't know, a minute and dip. Rob, welcome.
Thank you, mate.
You're welcome.
Hey, Rob.
I don't mind waiting. You know what I mean? It's all.
Oh, you're not many do them.
And well, I don't want to jump in when it's. If you're having a conversation with someone, I'd rather
makes sense, doesn't it?
Have it. You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
It's just polite. It's just
exactly.
Polite, you know what I mean?
There's a trend where people they jump in backstage and they expect it, and they come in chat. And they start moaning, and it's like, no, it's not personal. I'm just chilling.
Hey, but never forget, all good things come to those who wait.
Indeed, God bless.
Exactly.
I mean, the thing for me is when people just go link.
Yeah, well, I ignore that.
Have you got?
Depends who it is. If they're a VIP, I might drop it. But if you notice, I do ignore the link. I do ignore it. I do ignore it. It depends. Hey, Floyd, welcome. Everyone's coming in tonight. Unbelievably lucky, really.
God bless. How's your how's your sunburn from Disneyland cloudy?
Yeah, wasn't my son. he's been before, right? No, he's just joined the RAF. He's going to be Cyprus and he's going to be stationed in Cyprus apparently. No, we went there, and my missus checked the thing, and it's going to be 500 quid
Yeah.
for me and my missus and 3 little girls just for 1 day and 1 park only. But even
Yeah,
I said, "Oh, do you know what?" I said, "Sorry."
Well, it's not that bad. We thought we were talking about the other night how it's nearly 200 quid a ticket. Yeah, it's like 150. Well, it'd be 150 euro, won't it, per ticket? Yeah.
But
It's
but look, I mean, I said to her, "Look, sod it. Do you know what? You kind of did the. I think she did it on purpose. Told my little girl, the 7-year-old, who hasn't been to Disney World, we're gonna go visit, and then she's shaking, her hands are shaking. Oh, I'm so excited. I said, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that yet. You never know. We might miss the ferry." Anyway, cut long story short.
So she's running around the house sing like Lion King.
Yeah, let it go, let it go.
Everything, you know what I mean?
But fortunately, I would say fortunately, to be honest, like we can book it. There was no spaces, but we went to the Eiffel Tower.
Couldn't book it.
No, we couldn't book it. It wouldn't let us book it. It was full.
So you never even got to go to Disney. You went to Paris and never went.
Yeah, we went to the Eiffel Tower. We've been there quite a few times before, but my little one, the 7-year-old, hasn't been there. And when we got there, do you know what? I shouldn't say this, but sometimes it's a blessing to be disabled because we got to park literally near the one of the legs of the Eiffel Tower, right by the I think it's the Indian consulate. They're all consulates around there, and then we just walked in. Oh, that's okay. Then we got inside the Eiffel Tower. Oh my God, it was like a Black Friday sale. The queues were like, I'm not exaggerating. I should have took pictures and shared them with you. And they were
just to get close to it,
to get in there, to get up, and the queues were like not a couple of people stood next to each other, like 4 or 5 deep, the biggest girth I've ever seen. And we stood there, and I said to my wife, "I'm sure last time we come here, we had a disabled access." Now, luckily for me, I just got my new badge, and they sent it early. So both badges overlapped each other. So I kept one on me, and kept one on the car, and went up to this French woman, and I explained to her. I said, "Do we have to queue here?" And she goes, "Oh no!" And I showed her my badge, mate. I'll tell you what.
I know. I've been doing it all my life, mate. I know the score.
Oh, fuck me. I'll tell you what. She just said, one moment. My assistant coming," and her assistant comes straight away. She goes, "How many?" I said, 5. She could come with me straight. And I swear to God, this queue is huge. My wife was saying, "No, let's just leave it. Come on, let's go somewhere else. Let's take hours to get in." And this woman, she said, "Come with me, monsieur." And we come to this thing. She goes, "First, you must pay." Now, it was 76 euros per person to go to the very top of the Eiffel Tower. 76 euros. There's 5 of us.
There's no way I'd have done that. No way in a million years. If I were a millionaire,
I know. But when you got kids, yeah. And I showed her the badge. It was 48 euros. All of us.
Well, did you get any for all of you?
Yeah. 48 euros for all of us, because apparently
in most places you can get a carer for free. Some places 2 carers for free.
Yes, exactly. And then they said, "What? Now once I paid," she goes, "Come with me." Straight to the left, like VIP, like we was like I don't know, like Donald Trump. I hate some of them in it. No, honestly. And then we went up there. It was it's the same. I've done it a few times before.
I mean, it's big, and it doesn't even compare to Blackpool Tower. People think, "Oh, Blackpool." It's not. It's considerably taller. It's not. It's not a patch on Blackpool. It's a bit bigger. Yeah.
And where it's windy, it's quite a windy day. You can feel it. You know, like being on a boat. You know, you can feel it swaying. But they take. They have to pay. They have to paint it every. I think is it 4 years or 3 years. And it costs so many millions and millions.
Prices. We'll let it go rusty. You get a bit of a.
No, it's a special paint.
I'm all for. I'm all for the entire VW scene of Ratlook VWs. Let's get the Eiffel Tower to go Ratlook. You know what I mean? And then just spray it with an acrylic once it's rusted to fuck it look mint.
Taller than the pyramids. I mean, I didn't think they were that tall. Actually, I wouldn't have. I mean, I've never been.
Oh, they were charging when you're at the very top. You can have a little glass. And when I say glass of Moët, it's like a Cornetto ice cream plastic thing, and they put a little bit in there. That was 24 euros, and it must have been the most small. Yeah, 24 euros each.
I just can't stand these type of scams. I mean, they just
it's all right.
wind me up.
It's okay. We people putting their little plastic combs in the bin. I just grabbed a couple.
It's so funny. You make me want to, you know, when people tell you tales and sometimes you want to tell a tale back. I bite my lip, me, but when you say this stuff, it makes memories come and I think, oh my God, so funny. So funny. I just grabbed you out of bin. Oh.
Yeah, I did. We put them in the dishwasher when we got back to the accommodation.
Yeah, he's not daft, ain't God bless him.
All right, so what is that? Is it like a special, like, kind of flute or something? Or
yeah,
I thought, right, because I thought it was like an ice cream, and you were pulling ice creams out of the fucking bin. Sorry, man.
No, I guess you just got the empties and then gone and get them to fill it up, haven't you? As if you bought it.
Yeah, because it'll be refilled.
It's like if you go on a water ride. If you go on a water ride, you just go to exit and you can just get them ponchos out at bin.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You do that. I've done that before. Just send kids and get them out.
And the staff don't care. The staff are like, yeah, thank you very much. You're helping us.
But when you go through France, I'll tell you what. When I got back, we had
Hey, Monday.
You need 4 million pairs of eyes, because when you drive through France, they're colorblind. They don't understand the red, green, and amber light system, and they got all these little fuckers like the delivery drivers, screaming around you. And did you know that when you go to the Arc de Triomphe, you know the Arc de Triomphe in the middle?
No.
You're not insured.
Don't do it, man. Just don't do it. There's no
you're not insured. Your car is not insured if you drive around the Arc de Triomphe.
What's it called? The what?
The Arc de Triomphe. You know, like it's like a.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that
like
what it's called? Oh, is that what? I never even knew what that was called. I'm thick me with stuff like that. Is that what that is?
It's basically the worst roundabout in the entire world.
Apart from
Swindon.
I live in Swindon. I know that magic roundabout. I could fly across it like a fucking rat up the drain. Trust me.
What were the point of this Arc de Triomphe? Then that looks like some entrance of the past.
Yeah. It's something to do with the war, whatever it was back in the day, something like that.
Okay. Hey up, Yogi pal. You're good. Catacombs, yeah. I don't think I'd enjoy going in there. Them catacombs. You can visit there, though, can't you?
Yeah, with all the skulls and everything. Fuck that.
Don't fancy that. No.
No, me too. Who else is there? Oh, Ash Nee is in Swindon too. Ash Nee, where are you? I'm over West Side. West Side. In the West Side, look, bro.
West Side.
If you've never been to Lincoln, that is well worth a visit.
Lincoln's
castle
beautiful,
there as well,
man.
Oh yeah, and that is
the cathedral. It's supposed to be really good to go and visit.
Yeah,
it is. I'll tell you what though, Norwich is a great place to visit. There's so much history, and you've got Norwich Cathedral is absolutely stunning. I mean, they say Lincoln's the best, but I'd kind of argue that Norwich is probably just as nice.
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Ash Nee is in West Swindon too. Right, Ash Nee,
West Swindon.
I'm bringing a guest on.
People.
So, God bless and your mate. I bet you two are connoisseurs of the Oasis back in the day.
Oh, do you know what? It's all right. It was good. And at the moment, you're just getting all these, what's it called them? Urban explorers.
Yeah.
It was a really happening place. And the trouble is, it got privatized, I think, and passed on somebody, and they fucked it all up. That's the long story of it.
All I know is I was a kid in Bristol, and we did a I don't know, day trip or something to the Oasis, and we had a fucking great time.
Anne-Marie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I literally just came on just I'm sorry, I'm being a bit anal here. It's Arc de Triomphe.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Arc de Triomphe.
Ah,
Right, I was going to say it was
Very annoying me. I was like, no, it's not how it's
Oh, sorry, I said triumph, didn't I? I said
said. You
triumph.
did. It's Triomphe.
right.
Triumph.
Yeah, the sound. I remembered that as Arc de
The
Triomphe.
tree's
That's
off. Think about it like that. The tree's off.
Yeah.
Triumph.
Triumph. Arc de
That's
Triomphe.
it.
Triumph? What's that
Thank you,
translating to
Anne-Marie, for
English? Triumph.
Let's get Craig on. Craig, you there?
Hello, Jamie.
Triumph.
Craig.
Triumphant. That's what it means. The
Yeah.
Arc de Triomphe is like the Arc of Triumphantness. But yeah, it's the same thing.
I translated it from the French to the English for the people on the guest on the.
Yeah, we were being
I know, but we
considerate.
have
weren't
to bring some culture, do you know?
we learn something every night around here.
We don't want to be shut down, you know what I mean?
Oh, we're filling up tonight. We've
come
got
on.
a great game.
No,
We've got
I
another
think
game.
like basically like it's all about hello, isn't it?
Oh no!
Monday Media's joining us. Monday, you there?
Monday, hello, mate.
Monday,
Hello,
Monday. You're muted, Monday.
Oh, we go.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, you were missing.
Is it me you're looking for?
Yeah, it's
I
me.
can see it in your
Hello,
eyes.
hello. You have to get that ready then. Hello.
I like your plectrum.
Yeah, it's a good plectrum.
It's a lovely plectrum.
Mm.
Is that sort for Richard?
It's called a pick. It's called a pick.
Oh, it's a plectrum.
It's not called a pick. It's not. It's not. We've
It's
just
called
had
a
the.
It's
It is actually called a pick.
It's a
Used on
plectrum.
the guitar.
You just don't know what a plectrum is.
Well, I'm a bit
Many-
thick when it comes to that, but yeah.
Many men don't.
Oh,
Sorry.
listen, talking of Dick, what happened to that? I don't know if I've seen him or anything. Do you remember that Richard?
I'm newly single. Can we please not talk about Dick? Just saying,
No.
please, as a request.
What's your postcode?
Granted.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hello, me. Hello, buddy.
My avatar is particularly for you, Anne Marie. Then I'm sending you a dick pic.
It's
I
a plectrum.
love a dick pic. You know what? My ex had this dog, right? And he used to sit there and just lick his dick and then come up and just start licking my face. And I was like, get off me with your dick licks. Now I
Did it
want some
taste
dick
the
licks.
strawberries? Did it taste the strawberries?
It did not taste a straw. Luckily, I didn't get a taste because I wasn't shoving my mouth, like my tongue in my mouth.
Oh, dear.
Fucking hell.
Thankfully, there was no kind of dodgy animal porn thing going on. Like, relax yourselves.
I
You
love
sound,
how
you sound like
We're downhill fast. I think we'll reset and get a guest on. Let's have a reset. Hello, is it you, John?
Evening all.
We're looking for
Evening, John. Good
How's
evening.
everybody?
We're
John.
all right, mate. We're
Get
looking
on
for
with
some
the shape.
topics, really, John.
Get in your eyes.
Well, we've gone from tall buildings to dick. Like,
Yeah.
Well, is Dom giving dick licks? I don't know. I mean, I'm just asking for a friend.
I mean, it does seem like trouser tents might be a little bit of a
I haven't got a
setback,
dick, by
but
the way. I just want to
overall-
clarify. I am 100% woman, like the actual natural woman thing that you're allowed to
Don't give
do.
me nightmares.
which does require clarification these days, to be fair.
It does, actually. It does. It does. Anyway, I'm going to get off dick. Sorry, guys.
you're going to get off Dick or get on Dick. Well, make your mind up. Make your mind up. What do you need?
The dick has been taken away. I don't have any
Right, what
dick.
was
I just
going-
have
well,
to just...
Just a quick question. Whilst you're on it, did it work for you?
Oh my God, it was amazing. Oh no, I'm not even giving him the satisfaction. That was shit. It was horrific. I hated every moment. Just shut up. It was awful. Oh my Lord. Far too much information.
I'm going to have to change my avatar. It's causing too much fun in this chat.
It's causing me distress. I'm alarmed, harassed, and distressed.
And especially after Easter, I mean, you can still use your rabbit if you want.
Well, I have a wand, so that's even better.
The gift that
And,
keeps on
um,
giving, isn't it?
I didn't
It's
give
been
up anything for
there.
Lent, so I'm a very bad Christian.
Oh, my goodness.
But I took
Heathen,
something up for
heathen.
Lent, which is great. First time in 5 years. Hello, people. Thank you very much. Hence the happier Anne-Marie. But not happier now because, like, fucked off. So, you know. Anyway. Not because of me, just because he's a twat. I'm brilliant. Best he ever had, apparently. Just saying. Shut up. Right, anyway, mute me. How do I mute me? Right, mute.
Women are genuinely so much more resilient to relationship breakdown than men.
Do you
Like
think?
they genuinely, yeah, I think so. Yeah, like there's just flats of men that have been broken by themselves or by women. You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't
I think
know,
it.
man,
I
but think women just bounce back much better and have a
Well,
better support system. You know what I mean?
Would it be whilst this is a gross generalization, would it be fair to say that it's much more difficult to get to a man to invest in a relationship, but once he's invested in a relationship, if you yank it out from underneath him, it truly crushes him? Would that be fair?
Yeah. In this day and age,
Only if he's a pussy.
It depends on the guy. And I'm going to be honest, right? Let me bring this to you because I don't know if many of you have actually experienced this because I've never experienced this before in my life, right? It won't surprise you guys. I'm 41 years old. I've had quite a few relationships. I've got 2 children. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I've done my fair share.
I'm 41 and I have 2 kids as well.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a slag or anything, but you know, I've had a fair few relationships.
Say that. You don't need to excuse yourself saying that.
But, well, he called me it quite a few times. But anyway, that's beside the point. But what I'm trying to say is I've never experienced a man like this before. Have you ever experienced somebody who's got an avoidant personality?
Well, that's me all over you. Yeah.
Well, can you fill it out? What do you mean? Yeah.
Basically, what would happen is we would do 5 days where everything would be great. And then on the 5th day, he would kick off, fight about something really innocuous, storm off, and disappear for 4 days. And when he came back, it would be gaslighting. You were in the wrong. You're the problem. And it's like, what the hell is going on? I've lasted 3 months and I've done too much. I'm out.
That's not normal, and I've
crazy.
No, it's not normal, and it's like I've seen relationships that are like that, and they've never ended well. You know,
I've never had an on-off relationship.
The guy's not invested. The lady is super invested, and it's just brutal, man.
The worst thing is his dad lives opposite the road, like literally my house and his dad's house face each other. I've known this guy for 10 years. We've been friends for 10 years. We decided to get together in January. In 3 months, he's destroyed every freaking thought I ever thought he could ever. He's not the man I thought he was. I'm honestly, I'm broken.
It's that 3 month thing. When you're younger, do you remember, like, you get with someone and it's all wild and honeymoony, and then it's usually about the 3 month mark. But then there's the other thing you could do is move.
My least relationship I've ever had has been a year. I've never done anything less than a year. I don't understand how I managed 3 months with this psychopath.
So, Anne-Marie, are you telling me that you don't believe in diversity?
Oh no, I believe in it, and I. What do you mean? Do I not believe in diversity? Hang on, what am I agreeing to here? What do you mean? Can you please clarify? Because I might need to.
Well, the bottom line is everybody's fucking different, and you only find out what they're like. You only find out what they're like by being with them for quite a time. And the idea of spending 5 days with a woman, to me, would send me fucking nuts as well.
Well, I don't know. Come spend 5 days with me and you might change your mind. Listen, right? This guy was getting a hell of a lot of, I'm just saying, right? Like, I'm talking 3 times upwards every day. So, like, he wants to calm himself down. I'm just saying, he had it really good. He had his food cooked. He had everything done. The problem with an avoidant is the second they feel comfortable, they run.
Or alternatively, you just gave him too much. You gave him everything and too much, and he couldn't handle it, and he had to get out of there because he's used to not having all of that given to him just on a fucking plate.
Oh, that sounds
exactly
like
that. Exactly
you
that.
might have not. You might have been. You might have needed to. What's the word?
Stop love bombing him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't love bombing him. He was in my house. He moved him bloody self in. Honestly, I'm not even joking. Within a month, he'd somehow moved every item he owned into my property, whether it be in my shed, in my attic, in my house. I've literally 2 days ago, actually today, finally got the last item off my garden, which was his bloody Jaguar. Get it off my driveway.
Hey, what's wrong with a Jaguar?
Man. Craig, will you put your original profile picture back on? Because I don't know all these images, what's copyright and stuff, because I know that's not your copyright.
They're not, they're fine, trust me. I use them on other panels.
Irrelevant.
Get this,
Can you
right?
still put your original? Thank you, mate. No, not that. Have you got just a circle? Well, that's fine.
This one I came up on.
Yeah, that's fine. But don't keep switching them because it's copyright.
At the risk of
Can I
jump in?
John,
yeah,
can I jump in first? Thank you, my friend. I really struggle with this entire notion that a relationship is fully about sex, and that's the linchpin to for happiness. I've never experienced that. Yes, I've had fantastic sex. I've had bad sex. I've had relationships that have gone up and down. But I don't understand what is going on YouTube where everything has to be degraded to the point of how fucking dirty you are, or how much sex you've had, or how many partners, or what your
emotional availability.
It's just bullshit.
But do you not think that there is a distinction? So, for example, a relationship is multifaceted. Like sex is a big part of a relationship. It is a big part of it. And the mutual attraction that you have for one another is also a big part of it. It's not the only part, but it is a big part of it.
If there's no
honestly, I don't think it is a big part of it, because I actually have a friend who has a partner who she actually does not ever sleep with. They do not ever sleep together. They don't live together. They don't sleep together, but they are partners.
Is it age related? Is it age related?
Is it what?
Let me
is
put
it
this
age related? As
they are
older,
but he is also an alcoholic, so I do wonder if that plays into it.
Yeah, of course it does. That's a contributing factor.
Yeah, of course it will. But my point is that I think for the vast majority
not everyone
of people,
wants to have sex, is what I was trying to say.
No, which is absolutely fine. There's no there's no like pro forma to how a relationship should be conducted. As long as both parties within a relationship are happy, then with the way the relationship is being conducted in both ways, then that's absolutely fine. But the vast majority of couples, like sex is a big part of it.
It is.
And I don't think that's unreasonable.
It'd be a huge part of any relationship I have.
As a relationship, you have to choose the level that you want to do that at. If I was in a relationship,
or should you first be compatible?
Now I'm in my 40s.
No.
If I've got a partner that wants to have sex every single day, that's a bit fucking much for me. I've got to be honest.
What? Twice a day at least.
If it's once every 18 months.
Twice a day at least.
That's why he went. That's why he left.
Once a day is too much. I couldn't cope.
Evening.
There's something called getting bored. There's something called getting bored. I have a theory. Though. Well, you might do. You might do.
Sex makes women happy.
Was you clicking your fingers and just expecting him to perform whenever you wanted?
He was able. He was willing.
Because maybe if someone's like to me, like
No, he was. He and I had a very, very similar sexual drive. Like, I mean, I'd say 3+ because 3 was the minimum. every day, apart from on the bad days. Because, like I say, like he'd be here for 5 days, he'd go off for 4 days. So literally, half of our relationship I've not even spent with him.
He might have been
It's insane. The love bombing that he done on me is insane. He moved himself.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you get with a 17-year-old.
Front door in because apparently his phone was in my house.
Yeah,
this guy's insane.
I'm not convinced that you guys have a particularly well balanced relationship.
No,
we haven't got a relationship at all now, so don't worry about that. But yeah, no, it wasn't nice. It was horrible. I've never been in like something like that.
Let me give you a. Let's do story time. So me and my
Jack and Nori.
Jack and Nori. So me and my wife, we've been together for 13 years. We have 2 kids.
Oh,
we're 3 years apart from one another. And I've got a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old. And the way our relationship generally tends to work is I'm slightly more driven than she is. Not much, but slightly more driven than she is. But my wife, she does also, unfortunately, she has a chronic pain condition, a fatigue condition. It's fibromyalgia.
Don't give too much details out, John.
I'm not. But my point is that the way our interpersonal relationship tends to work is that, like, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll roll over, I'll give her a big hug, and she needs more sleep than I do, and I'll give her a big hug, and it'll wake her up, and she and like if she's receptive, then you'll know because she wriggles back into you and she'll hold my hands in her hands, and then I know it's game on. Right?
John.
I love that.
But if she goes and then she starts snoring, then I get myself up, I go and watch like a YouTube video, make myself a cup of coffee, I'll make her a cup of tea, the cup of tea will go cold, and then that's the end of it, you know?
That's fair play. And don't get me wrong, he was not given to me every morning because it would depend on his mood and whether or not he was angry at me. So, you know.
But my point
is been traumatic.
In that, Anne-Marie, that you were expecting him to just be on it. And I've been
there.
It's
not. No, listen, you've took it all the wrong way. Right. He and I have a very similar sex drive. So, you know, we would find any and every opportunity that we get to do it. And because he's self-employed, he has a lot of daytime free. So we spend a lot of daytimes having a lot of relations. When he stayed overnight, we would have it potentially in the morning. But then it started to become that he was staying overnight and then sleeping until midday. And then it's like, hang on, why are you sleeping until midday when I've had to get my kids up to go to school all around you sleeping? Like, what the... Like, get up and go and do something.
Life's complicated.
Yeah, so it is complicated. But what I'm trying to say is that generally on our good days, which was 5 days a week and then 4 days off, one week we did 7 good days, and that was the most. We would have sex up from 3 times upwards. But on big moments like my birthday, Mother's Day, all the other stuff, he would not give anything. So yeah, you're taking it very wrong if you think I was controlling anything. I was not. I was taking what I could get.
Hey, we've got a life for you here, Wolf.
Why am I talking about this shit?
Because you brought it up. I'd like to get back. I'd like to get back to the question that was asked before, which was why? Why is it so big? Why is sex such this big thing that everyone talks about? And I've got a theory about that. And it's sort of, I want to take it back to my childhood, my teenage years.
Hang on.
Everything was about fucking sex. The only thing that was going through my head was, when am I going to get rid of my virginity, right? That's the only thing that's going through my head. All the way through my teenage years.
Can I find a Club International or a Razzle in the bushes?
No. That was the second option, right? That was the alternative. But it's the mental thing because everybody talked about sex and who was having sex and blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, the fucking teachers teach them about it. And it's boys and girls and they're all about sex. Everything is about
honest?
sex at
When
school.
I was at school, none of us were having sex. And there was a girl called Amy. She had a boyfriend who was 19. And
No
even
doxing,
she
no
was like,
doxing.
I've not had sex with him. Like, we were not, like, girls were not having sex.
Back
And
in
the
the
boys,
1930s, was this?
no, this was in, no. But I did grow up in, I went to school in Soham, which doesn't obviously bode well because Ian Huntley did what he did the year after I graduated. But what I'm saying
Is that down south? Is that down south?
No, in Cambridgeshire.
And you and I will have been coming of age at about the same time,
right? Because there's too many permutations to put into a sex
But back
relationship.
then there was a 15-year-old
and
or
how many kids you
12-year-old.
got, and how long the relationship's been going. Come on.
I've been presented with a deal. Let me thank Average Idiot first for the memberships. Thank you so much, Average Idiot. He's gifted 5 Society X memberships. If you did win one, let me know.
Love that, Average. Well done.
Thank you, mate. And also,
can I say, when I was at school,
if we change the subject, I've got another £5 on cards, so I'm up for it.
Before we do, can I just quickly say, when I was at school, Coronation Street had a major storyline about a teenager having sex and getting pregnant because it was so out there. And even there was a 12-year-old, I think, got pregnant and made the front page news over it. That was when I was at school. So no, it was very different back then. Like what I grew up with is very different to what I see in today's society, and it scares the life out of me. I want to go back.
Posh knobby place then. Wasn't Yorkshire.
I grew up in the Fens. I grew up in Southern. I grew up in Cambridgeshire. I grew up in the middle of nowhere.
We've just got news coming in from the ground.
Starmer's gone.
No, but it's in the air. Did he know about Mandelson? Did he know?
Oh yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, he stood up in Parliament and said
he knew.
All processes were followed.
Yes, now that's play on words because it's
like
order. It's getting a bit wild. Yeah, I know, Joe. It's all good. He says that all done, but did he know it was failed? He hadn't answered that, has he? He's basically
lies. It was all lies, mate. All lies.
Jamie, you keep referring to a guy called Diddy, and it's confusing me.
Didn't Starmer attack? Didn't Starmer attack?
What happened
is, hang on. What happened is, he said all normal processes were followed in the House of Commons.
Crafty.
He lied. He knew at that time that they weren't followed.
He's a lying fucker.
I mean, if we can get rid of Boris for a bit of cake, this
exactly. And who else went because it wasn't just Boris, it was there was someone else.
Jamie, you're not a lefty.
I'm sorry, but Starmer should have gone after.
I think I would probably sit on the left more than. Well, I wouldn't be able to sit on the right at the minute. It's just an absolute joke. They're only interested in one issue. They're not interested in people's living. It's all just a mess. Not interested. No, I want a party that can bring people together. Not, and I don't want to be forced to have to go into just one section. No, I don't like it. I don't like the current situation.
Who's only got one thing? Who's only got one thing, Jamie? Because I know.
I'm not saying that that's what they have to do when they're in, but that's all we ever hear about. And it's constantly getting more and more to do with skin colour. It's constantly, and then it's getting linked to no one wants to have boats coming over, and no one wants an invasion.
That's not true, Jamie.
No,
you're not. You're reading.
They have tons of policies that aren't to do with skin colour. They have policies taking away.
Sorry, Anne-Marie, you're dominating the panel at the minute, I'm afraid. Mondi, what were you saying?
You need to widen your media intake, I think, and in particular, go to the political parties to actually listen to what they say, because the stuff Reform has come out with is really, really wide ranging, and they keep saying we're not finished yet because we haven't done X, Y, and Z. We're building up our stuff. Restore is the same, but they're 10 months behind. So they've got one big thing right now. It's getting a lot of traction, but they will have to have lots of other stuff. And from what I can tell, it's no fucking different from Reform whatsoever.
Exactly.
All we got is two egos.
I'd like to see it starting spoke about to try and stop the division. It's becoming more more divided. So what I found is they've gone in with some quite harsh words, trying to encourage votes and gain members. It's been extremely successful, but has it done more damage in the divide in the country? I think so.
Like who
look at the Green Party. Look at the Green Party, Jamie.
Well, that's my question. Like, who are we dividing here? Like,
exactly.
who is deviated from the centrist position more? Is it
what I say when I say dividing, right? So I can work it from what goes on this platform here. Someone said, "Oh, is this a lefty channel?" What do you mean? Is this a lefty channel? That's a weird. We've got a lot of people in this country, and we all have different political views. So it's weird, isn't it? And that's where the divide is. Oh, you're a stinky lefty. Oh, you're a gammon. You're one of them. You're one of them.
I know divide. I think. It's,
respect, Jojo. Thank you.
I think it's John, please.
Yes, DP.
I think it's just cells at this moment, right? So there's cells that are hard left, hard right.
Yeah.
There are cells that are in the middle, and it's then like a Venn diagram that overlaps each other. And I honestly, as much as I would like Restore Britain to get somewhere, I think they're going to be the Lib Dems. They're going to be the Lib Dems of the right. Basically, they're going to get like maybe 60 or 70 seats if we're lucky. I just don't see them breaking through at the moment between now and the next election. I could see them surging after that because if we get a Reform government, they're going to be as disappointing as the Tories, aren't they? So,
well, I say you say it, but probably not for those that would vote Tory. They'll probably be successful for those. The Tory 2.0s. I mean, for some reason, we've now had working class communities voting Conservative and bigging them like it's turkeys voting for Christmas, is it not?
No, it's not. No, it's not, Jamie. But simply because the Labour Party is absolutely walked away from the working class. They don't give a fuck about the working class.
No, I would agree there. I would agree totally. But I don't think that the Conservatives have jumped in and gone, "Oh, well, we'll look after them."
The Conservatives haven't, but Reform and Restore, I think they're both aiming to look at, right, how do we make opportunities here? How do we give the chance to people to do stuff? They're not going to fucking hand them over a load of bloody shit. They're going to go, you work for it, you develop some skills, you get on and up.
No, but that's
the way to do it.
Take us back to where they're queuing out at Job Centre. They'll take us back to where people are queuing out at Job Centre. Yeah, sign on. Do you know?
I want to challenge. I want to challenge that philosophy because that is not what Reform are doing. Reform aren't saying we're giving you a chance and something different. What Reform are doing are saying we're gonna take in people that we think are cool in that community. So take, for example, Robert Jenrick. Take, for example, the Asian guy that they're pulling in. They are not... I don't understand their strategy. I just don't understand it because they are literally trying to be all things to everybody, which is Conservatives 2.0. And people are going to catch on to that. They're going to catch on to it. Yeah, go on.
I'm not really understanding what you're saying. I'm not saying they're going to give a load of people who don't have the skills a place in Parliament or a chance to be a member of Parliament. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when they get into power, if they get into power, their strategy is to actually make things better for people. Look at what Reform did. look at what Reform said that they would do at the last election. They would get rid of tax up to £20,000. Now, what's pissed me off is that they've got rid of that. Because I've run through the numbers of that, and you can actually play that and keep it going so that everybody who is in the standard tax rate above £20,000 up to £50,000, none of them would pay any more than what they currently pay. Maybe a couple would.
I'd be good for that if they got rid of minimum wage.
No, you. So practically, like changing that tax rate, which should have tracked with inflation anyway, which it hasn't. But if you do change that lower tax, if you do increase the tax-free allowance, then the reason that the tax-free allowance makes sense is because it still maintains the incentive to work, and it also reduces the burden on the people that are like on the lowest end of the economic spectrum in society. So it does make sense to do that, right? It is a progressive system.
There's an extra sense to it. I'll add another one. Those people who are only on up to £20,000 will spend all of that every year.
Yeah, because
that's going back into the economy. Exactly.
It's in the chair.
Going back in. Yep, it's going back in. And they've earned it. They earn the money and it goes back in, rather than being given the money by someone else who's working and going back in. It's a win-win in every way. Every fucking way.
Now, so I'm not a restore person. I'm not a reform person. I generally tend to fall on the slightly to the right end of the spectrum.
Good lad.
But I'm really struggling to find a group of people or a party to vote for right now, because I think Restore is probably slightly too extreme, and I don't mean extreme as in extreme like politically. I just mean they're extreme for what I think the solution is needed.
No, John. What you mean is, and I feel the same as well.
Hang on.
As well.
Can we not start with what you mean is?
No,
because that is
second.
No. So hang on. It's perfectly legitimate for him to say that, John, because he's surmising his understanding of your position.
Let me.
Well, then you don't see what you mean is. You say you ask the question, "Do you mean?" Don't you?
Oh my God, semantics.
Right, just let's hear what his point is, John. Let's argue pedantics.
Right.
Semantics. Sorry.
Semantics. Thank you.
Hey, got there.
What I'm saying is that Restore. Oh, fuck me, I've lost my train of thought. For Restore to become prevalent, that they have to have a lot of support, and it's just not there.
I don't know. I mean, look, I don't want to lose this thread, but what's that guy called? Piers Morgan. What does he do?
What?
He runs with the crowd.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. He runs with the crowd. Now, that Nigel Farage, I used to go on a lot of channels like Voice of Wales and that. I used to talk to him, and I used to think he's okay, all right geezer. But then I see there's a guy called Active Patriot, Alan Legg, that showed off with Nobby, who's the little veteran, who showed off really what was happening down at Calais back in the day, and Dover back in the day with all the migrants coming here, and he tried to make out, Farage tried to make out he did it. It is him. He's the one that exposed it, and he's basically a Piers Morgan now. And then a lot of these parties are coming out, like Reform and the other one. They're just like trying to bay to the crowd to get the votes. But that Nigel Farage is a sellout. He's a sellout. Now, then people look at me. They called me far right, and then you got Jamie, right, Society X. Me and him, do you know what? I used to get people saying, "What are you doing going on Society X's channel? He's a fucking lefty." No, he's not. I mean, he says he is a lefty, but we're just like dads, people that want to roof over our heads, our wives,
we're just realists. Utter realists. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Yeah, we're just like reality. What's the best for our communities? That's what it is. What is wrong with that? Don't label us with being a lefty or being a righty.
Can I throw a so I tend to view people on positions. Like if somebody makes a claim, then I'll assess the claim, and the other things that they claim to be true or not true or believe or don't believe in is kind of secondary. So for example, I'm not necessarily a fan of mass deportations. If somebody has come to the country under a current legal structure and they've come here legally, I don't think we should be able to retrospectively apply law. That is not in the good faith of the law, right? So if somebody's come here legally under the current legal structure, then I think they should be allowed to stay. However, if they've come here, hang on.
Finish his point, please.
Can I?
Please, come on.
However, if they've come here illegally, I am prepared to be fairly ruthless in that if you've come here illegally, then you should get the fuck out.
Yes.
Now, and then if
key jumping.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, in fairness, I'm not a true blue Brit in the IQ jump because I have private healthcare. So
what about if a previous government has gone rogue and you need to correct it?
Yeah, unfortunately, the problem that you've got is that I agree with you. It's not fair on us in the British government. Their mandate that they had was to reduce migration into the country, and they just ignored the population and they allowed it to come into the country.
Or what about if they deliberately made it secret and then put D-notices on all of the information?
I agree, but you're not punishing, like by extracting the person from the country who has come here legally. You're not punishing the person that has committed the crime. The person that's committed the crime is the politician. Now, if you want to split the difference and you want to hang the politicians that broke their covenant with the voter, and also allow the people that came into the country legally to stay, then yes, you will have me completely on board. But I'm sorry, I'm not.
I mean, I just want people that came here under a secret government scheme with minimal vetting to be re-vetted, and if they fail that vetting, to leave.
This is another position that might split the opinion, but with regards to things like Shamina Begum.
Go on.
I actually don't think that we should have revoked her citizenship.
No.
My personal position is that she was a minor in this country and that we had a responsibility. But the reason that I have hang on, let me get to the end of it. The reason that I think that we should have maintained our responsibility for her is to provide legitimacy on the international stage for removing people from the country that we don't want to be here. So, for example, if we can just yank the citizenship from Shamina Begum and go, well, that's your problem now, the rest of the world. Why doesn't the rest of the world get to do the same thing when we have their criminals living in our country? Right now, obviously, I appreciate that there is some degree of gray area because she did have dual citizenship.
Yeah,
but
good point.
But frankly, like if we're going to lead by example, then she was a 15-year-old girl. We did allow her
high education, very bright and high education girl.
Okay, can I bring back let's get away from an individual extreme example, which is nothing to do really with the potential politics coming up. It is an interesting case, but if I was to bring it back to realism, neither reform or restore, when they use the words mass deportation, mean anything different from what you've said.
Reintegration.
What reform and restore are both looking at illegal migrants, those who should not be here, they can go.
Yeah, agree.
People who have overstayed their visa, they can go. Because their visa was only for a certain amount of time. Then they stayed illegally.
Yeah.
People who have turned up in our shores claiming stuff, and then they're a criminal. They commit some kind of criminal act. They can go. We don't need those people here. We've got plenty enough of our own people to have to deal with.
The other point also is like,
good evening, Princess Angela.
Both parties are saying we just won't pay benefits to foreign nationals, which I think, if you're not a citizen in this country, I don't think you should have any recourse to public funds.
Yeah.
What neither of them have said is that refugees are not welcome. This country has always been open to refugees.
Yeah,
the problem is we do not have refugees at the moment. We have economic migrants who are coming here to screw us over.
No, we don't.
And they must all go. They must all go.
Can we let Princess Angela speak? She's come on and not. We haven't even managed to say hello to her.
Hey, God bless. How are you?
Never as good as you. Silly question. What have you got to bring to the panel, please?
I just want to say that we do have refugees still coming over. They come by plane. They don't come like the way that everyone assumes that everyone comes into the country. And yeah, I think it's important to distinguish and word things correctly and apply things correctly and not clump people in certain ways. I think when you talk about illegal immigration, or you got people that are here illegally, the majority of them are people that have overstayed their visas and following the Brexit deal and stuff. So I think it's just dangerous, isn't it, to be just referring to people, and it's a small minority that come across boat and that is really here illegally. Let's say.
You're saying there's a small minority that come out here illegally?
No.
Well, in the grand scheme of the total immigration figures, it is actually. No. Hang on. I've been quiet for most of the time that I've been up on panel. I barely said a word, so I'd like to get a word in edgeways if that's all right. In the grand scheme of things, in terms of the total number of migrants coming to this country in all forms, that's both legal and illegal. The ones that are highlighted, such as coming over in small boats and on the backs of lorries, are the minority. They are a small minority of the total number of migrants into this country. The majority of migrants that come into this country come in legitimately on visas, yet granted some of them overstay those visas, but their original entry into the country is through legal ports of entry.
The biggest asylum claimants are visa overstayers. They are literally abusing the visa system.
I think that's what Angela's trying to say, is that it's because politicians do it a lot, don't they? They'll say, oh, there's so many illegal, where they won't distinguish between the two, like those crossing on the boats, those that have overstayed a visa, those that have been given permission and stayed, and they just club all those in together, and it then becomes very easy, because the visuals of people arriving on small boats, nobody wants to see people, no women and kids just turning up. People are thinking, oh, they're taking piss, and then they hear a politician say how many hundreds of thousands of immigrants there is. Whereas most
they get demonised and they get blamed for all the NHS problems.
If you look on the government website, it shows you how to apply. Click here, click there, all these different countries. They're literally advertising it.
The BBC has literally just woken up in the last couple of weeks and gone like, they're claiming they're gay. They're claiming that they're having domestic abuse. All of this is literally they've like what's happened to the BBC? They've suddenly woken up.
That's because they're suffering of their license renewals. That's what they're doing. Listen, we've known that for years. The scam marriages, that I'm gay, I'm a Christian now, all that stuff. We've known that for years. Oh my God! But flipping out, it's like telling us not to eat oysters that have been in the midday sun for 5 days. Oh, leave it out.
Yeah, as of April 26, 5,400 migrants have crossed the English Channel, but that'll be an extremely small number compared to the people who have arrived here under immigration visas. It's
about a 1 to 10 relationship. There's about 10
so there's 10 times more people arriving here with there's 10 times more people arriving here with government permission than arriving here illegally.
100%. And it's all part of the university sectors. They're like milking it. Like my local universities that are around where Angela is as well are having an absolute meltdown at the minute because they've been blocked from so many students have been blocked to come here and basically rinse us.
Yeah, and there's all the opportunities now for people to get those places, and people that want the opportunity here can hopefully move in and get them. That's where they should be going, in my opinion. There's too many people.
I agree, but like Nottingham is literally a university student city. Like the entire town centre has been, and Derby as well, like Angela.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
you rebuilt to milk these foreign students and.
But Nottingham and Leicester.
This is
go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
Go on.
So Nottingham and Leicester are the same. So you've got Nottingham Trent, which used to be a polytechnic in Nottingham, and then you've got Nottingham University, which was traditionally a university, and then you've got Leicester, which is less than 30 miles down the road, where you've got De Montfort, which used to be a polytechnic, and then you've also got Leicester University. They're two massive university cities.
You've also got
right in the middle.
There is a poly for sports science and stuff as well.
Yeah, but the reason that I know the area quite well is because I went to De Montfort. The young lady that I was seeing at the time went to Nottingham, not Nottingham Trent. But the difference is I studied architectural technology at De Montfort, which was always a construction. It was founded. The original polytechnic was founded as a construction school.
I'm joking.
But it is case that the university system has become a backdoor to citizenship for the UK.
Citizenship.
Access.
They come over here on student visas, and then the idea is that they then come here to complete their education. They pay for their education themselves. They have to pay for it all up front as well.
Yeah,
so
but the BBC is literally just proving that false. They come here on student visas, then they get into a relationship with someone, and then they're like domestic violence, and they're like, oh, I need citizenship, you know what I mean? And then they get ILR, and off we go.
Yep.
I don't think it's everyone, but yeah.
I mean, this is the human nature as well, isn't it? It's common across everything that people try and get what they want. They should anticipate this. There should be protections in it to
Greed.
But there's some things that you can't check, isn't there? They say vet this, vet that. But some countries don't have any documents. They don't store anything. They don't have nothing on the citizens. How do you vet someone who's got nothing to be vetted against? Rob, chill out, man.
Vietnamese as well. That's why we get so many Vietnamese in prison, where they've been brought over here to control the what do you call them? The weed farms.
Yeah,
because you can't get the information.
Does that not suggest that we should only be accepting people migrating into this country from, if they're trying to do it legitimately, we should only be accepting people from countries who have systems in place, whose administrations are developed enough for us to be able to actually perform these checks. Because ultimately, first and foremost, a government's responsibility is to the people who voted that government in. So that it's the people of the country. So in this case, the British people. So the British government has a responsibility to us to make sure that the people that they're allowing into this country are not a risk to our safety.
Yes.
And if they are a risk to our safety, they need to keep those people out.
Indeed.
And this is why I say that Keir Starmer is a traitor, because my whole bit is our government's role is to protect the nation and defend it.
Yes.
And he is not.
100%.
Which
Are you aware that it wasn't Keir Starmer that started all this? It was the Conservatives that started to put them all in hotels.
Absolutely. But then you take it back. You've got to take it back, Angela, to Tony Blair. That's when the numbers started going fucking nuts. That's when he changed the whole thing. That's when he changed the whole thing. It may not be Keir Starmer, but Keir Starmer is continuing it. What I am impressed about is Shabana Mahmood. I think she has been probably the best Home Secretary, or she sounds like it, for about 30 years. For about 30 years. It might be a charade. Jamie, it might be. It might be. But she is putting things in place. She is putting things in place that nobody else has put in place.
What's different between her and Priti Patel?
Mondo, you'd vote for Bojo again, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Would I? Fuck. I never voted for him in the first place.
What's the difference between Mahmood and...
So I just wanted to see how naive you actually were. Just
How do you make the best one?
So what if they do remove millions and millions and the economy crashes? Because like you said, bring it back to Tony Blair. But we were all happy to take the positives when the country were doing well. The minimum wage increases, the investments and all the funding, all that were all good. So if it all goes wrong and all the economy crashes, who are we going to blame then?
What is the economy crashing? What does that mean?
Well, it means no workers in the NHS because they've all had to go, for one.
What you mean? The people that weren't
economic boom,
if you look, there's obviously it's obviously going to take some time. But if you were to dump all of the money...
people are talking as if it can be fixed in an election. Right, millions have got to go. Well, we know that. Millions have got to go.
It can't.
Right, and the whole economy crashes because they're all being relied on for low-paid work.
The neglect at play here is so deep and so ingrained. It cannot be fixed in one election cycle.
It's going to take 2 generations, not one.
When it comes to training our own doctors, training our own nurses, and sufficiently staffing the NHS, something that people should accept, like out of the gate, is that the funding for the NHS is sufficient. The amount of money that is being pumped into the NHS is obscene. It is ridiculous. It is nearly 3 times our military budget. It is absolutely outrageous. It's 2.5 times what was put into the NHS in 2009. And we have had apparently nearly 10 or 12 years of austerity since then. So the amount of money that's been dumped into the NHS is absolutely astronomical, and it has been fucked up the wall. We absolutely can, with that money, train our own doctors. But training doctors and training nurses takes time. So I would suggest that what we should probably do is reduce the absolutely ridiculous standard that we have for our doctors academically, because you don't need 3 or 4 A's at A level in order to be a competent doctor. And secondly, what I would also suggest that we do is, if we want people to go to university to become doctors and to become nurses, we shouldn't actually gouge them for university fees. Maybe if we're going to pump all of this money into the NHS, maybe it should be put into investing in our own youth, into our own...
One at a time, everyone. I know it's difficult because we've got no way of letting... I mean, I'd love a hand thing where people could put their hand up, although everyone would just put their hand up, won't they?
You can do it. You can do it.
Can I talk from an IT perspective of the NHS?
I've been doing some team meetings, and part of them in some of the, what is it called on Microsoft? There's a hand feature, and it comes up. You know, a yellow hand.
Teams.
Yeah.
Also, you can use Google Meet.
You could do that and stream that to YouTube. You know, we could do that on that platform.
Yeah. Am I just missing the setting in here? Because surely there would have.
Can I talk about the NHS from an IT perspective?
Go on.
Go on. go on. I'd like you to do that because I got offered a job in the IT department and then the health service. What a rip-off. But you tell me, go on.
Yeah. I spent about 8 years in health tech, effectively. All of those were involved with integrating with spine and the other fucking stupid stuff of the NHS.
Silent.
The reality is the NHS doesn't know what you are, doesn't know who you are, doesn't care who you are. It has this thing called a three-finger golden handshake. You have all have experienced it, you know, your date of birth, where you live, your NHS number, or variations of that. The software that I worked with was oh god, I can't remember what it's called. MyGP and its offsets. All part of an iPlato.
It was based on a piece of software called Emma.
It was, yeah, originally, yeah. They bought that and fought hard to fucking deal with it. So we got really big effectively when COVID came around and video appointments is all of that sort of stuff. So we integrated with the NHS to give them video and voice recordings and all that sort of stuff. And it expanded into basically having effectively access to every GP record everywhere. There are a bunch of things around that you can't access certain things and stuff like that. But the one thing I want to say is that the IT in the NHS is the most dysfunctional, made up fiefdom bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
Completely agree. Can I take it back?
Hospitals will have completely different IT systems to anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. It's changing.
It's not Angela. It is changing, but it is like it's so badly done. It's
changing, and we're not.
Rob, you're not listening. You're not taking part. You're taking over. Sorry, Rob. No, definitely, Rob. No, definitely. I'm not getting straight on the panel. Yes, mate.
Where Rob was going on about COVID, I got offered a job back in the day. I don't know if you remember this, guys. Do you remember what a 56k modem was?
Yeah.
Right. So I got offered locally the contract to do the IT back in the day. I mean, that's how long ago it was. Early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And when I put my perspectives together, I showed my mate. He goes, "Oh no, you won't get the job." I go, "What do you mean?" So,
well, I do remember when I used to get my pornography through a 56k modem by
hell, miss, you must have some stamina because that took all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Line by line.
You remember when it used to come across the screen, dot across the screen, filling in the.
Oh yeah, load of
on the channels, on the talk channel.
No vector graphics here. I'm old school.
Back in the day, it was like 28 quid. I remember it, right? And I put my quote in, charging 150. He goes, "You won't get it." I go, "What do you mean?"
Do you know what? I'm so old school.
You could charge 300 quid maximum. I mean more. So you got to rip off the NHS, otherwise you won't get the contract because they think you're Mickey Mouse.
And they think you're scamming them. Yeah. Can I take it back to something that John said earlier on? And he was going on about teaching our own people. This comes back to policies. Nigel Farage and Reform have got a policy which is, okay, you want to bring somebody in. You've said you've got to bring them in from another country. Okay, we'll let you do that. We'll give you that visa if you employ a local person as a trainee and teach them up.
That's a great policy. Yeah.
I've not seen that anywhere. And then
fucking brilliant policy. Brilliant policy.
I mean, in what circumstance?
I've also looked at Sorry.
Well, I don't mind it actually. I think it's it sounds good, but it's very limited, isn't it? And in what role would we need someone from elsewhere in the world where someone here couldn't already do it?
Yeah.
Therefore, why do we need? Why the hell do we need immigrants at all? Why do we need immigrants at all?
Well, I tell you, that's why they've come out with a policy like that, because so that the rich can keep getting richer. That's what they do. That's what Farage is all about.
Well, I can't make that connection. I don't see the thread up to that. What I see a thread to, what I see a thread to is if a business says it needs to bring in somebody because they can't get that here in the UK and they're going to bring someone in, then you actually take somebody on as a trainee to teach them up how to do that job at the same time.
It sounds a weird policy. It's like you just give something, say, "Oh no," but they've got a policy which means they won't let anyone come in if they need them. If they don't need them,
no, because it should in principle.
And I'll tell you why it's negative equity. Because you look at a GMC, General Medical Council, out of 1,000 doctors that are struck off in the United Kingdom, I think it's 936 were of foreign descent that came in here that have caused malpractice and other things, and the cost of the not repatriations, the compensation. So it hasn't worked out at all. It has not worked out at all. And the trouble is, we train our people in England to a high standard, and what do? They get treated like shit, and they fuck off to another country.
That's what.
Let me just say, I mean, this is not just about the NHS. This is happening in the farming industry. This is happening in the IT industry. It's happening in the finance industry. It's happening everywhere. There are jobs here where you can bring in apprentices and interns and actually develop them into exactly what's required for the UK system. If you want to bring in somebody else from somewhere else, fine. But you fucking bring in a trainee or an intern and you keep employing them and you make them better. You give them those skills. And that's what this is about. This is not just about the NHS. It's about anything and everyone who wants to bring in.
Within the farming now. We didn't do with the farming because there's nobody willing to go and do them jobs for a start. Also, do you know with the NHS, what Reform also said about the NHS?
What about the ones that stay in the hospitals and hold
on a minute, God bless, hang on a minute.
I haven't heard them. I haven't heard what they've said about the NHS.
Right, so what they are in effect doing is privatising it without really telling you they're privatising it. What they intend to do.
Okay, make it up then. Keep going.
What do you mean? It's in the manifesto.
It's not in their manifesto that they're going to sell off the NHS and make it a private medical system like America. It is not in their manifesto at all. Never has.
We're not here to develop a position and try and win. We want to be here so we can listen to other people and listen to other people's opinions and discussion. We're not here to prove ourselves right and we know it all and we're the ones who's correct. That's not fair on people that want to give a different opinion. Angela suggesting that it's in the reform budget about privatisation. I have bring it up and we'll show it, but I have heard him talk many times that there needs to be a tough discussion on it.
Yeah, can I explain what they're saying then? Is that what they intend to do is it says here, led by Nigel Farage, reformed UK health policies focus on utilising private sector capacity to bypass NHS backlogs, right? So
So that's what I used to do.
Let her finish. Right, this is going to be. Why is this so difficult panel tonight? Go ahead, Angela. I don't know why Angela always gets talked over.
If I'm a woman, anyway.
No, because you said euthanizing.
No, she said utilise.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So the voucher system, anyway. So the voucher system. If patients cannot see a GP within 3 days, a consultant within 3 weeks or receive an operation within 9 weeks, they'll be given a voucher for fully funded private treatment. There you go, for one. And it says funding model debate. Farage has repeatedly stated that the current tax-funded NHS model is a failure and has suggested looking at European insurance-based models such as the one used in France. However, the party officially maintains that services would remain free at the point of delivery, i.e. A&E. And then it says that the tax relief they propose giving 20% tax relief on all private healthcare and insurance by encouraging those who can afford it to leave NHS queues. And it says staff incentives. To fix staffing shortages, they suggest exempting frontline NHS staff from the basic rate of income tax for 3 years. Also, hold on 1 second. Then also, around 330,000 members of staff in the NHS are foreign nationals. Just to put that there. Yeah.
Where'd you
just
get that information from, Angela?
They're going to Reform on their website and put into it, and then you'll find it.
Angela.
Okay.
Sorry.
I can bring it up now if you want me to.
I do feel the need to wade in here because
me too.
The policy notwithstanding, there are a couple of aspects around healthcare that really do need to be addressed here. In the NHS does not have there is no motivation for efficiency in the NHS. The NHS is built around a path of least resistance. It's not built around efficiency. It's not built around maximizing resources. It doesn't do it. It never has. And if I spent 7 years working for Alliance Medical, I was a contract manager with Alliance Medical, and I delivered a ridiculous amount of service for a stupidly cheap amount of money compared to the NHS. So the part of Alliance Medical that I worked for was the mobiles team. So the team that I worked for parked mobile MRI, CT, and PET CT scanners within NHS sites. And the reason that we existed in the first place was to try and reduce the waiting lists that existed for patients. And the vast majority of the scans that we did for PET CT were 2-week waits because they were oncology patients, they were cancer patients. And the vast majority of the MRI stuff that we did were routine care. And we were on average scanning patients 10 times faster than the NHS required. So for a PET CT patient, which was a 2-week wait, we were scanning them within 72 hours.
There is efficiencies to be made. We discussed this before, but that wasn't what was at debate, was it? It was whether people understood all the policies that Reform was pushing. We know that there's some discussions about efficiency, of course.
My point is,
in the water now.
We know that. The point was, Angela was saying, "Oh, well, they'll privatise the NHS."
Can I unmuddy this water?
Hang on.
Can I unmuddy this water? Can I unmuddy it?
Before
I want to stop you, John, though, for a reason, because I don't want to go down that road. Are you making a great point that there's some savings to be made?
Was it not?
Scans, won't you? But also, what if they privatise the profitable things like the scans, because you can just get them in, out, in, and everything that's not making money, the taxpayer will pay for.
Can I unmuddy this, please? Can I unmuddy it?
Was it not the case that somebody said that the emergency care should still remain within the domain of the NHS?
Irrelevant.
Everyone's entitled to, whether you're a legal immigrant or not.
Can I unmuddy this?
Yeah.
What Nigel Farage has said is basically he is going to continue the exact same system that Tony Blair brought in the 2000s. It was called increased choice. It is now part of the NHS choice framework, which is still going on right now. Tony Blair brought it in 1997 through to 2007. He strategically used private healthcare to boost capacity, reduce waiting times for elective surgeries, and introduce competition to drive up standards. And I knew it was Tony Blair, but I couldn't remember exactly when it was. So I had to Google that by saying Tony Blair, NHS policy. I was quiet when you were talking, Angela. I was quiet when you were talking.
Yeah, you've made your point, Monday. We've got your point. You're saying that because Tony Blair mentioned it in '90s that Farage can do what he wants.
No, it's not that he's doing what he wants. He's doing the same thing. He's not doing anything different.
He's doubling down, but just because he's doubling down, we don't. Oh well, Tony did it. That does not change nothing.
It's not.
It's not just. Hang on, it's not just Tony Blair did it. David Cameron did it in both. Boris Johnson did it. Theresa May did it. Rishi Sunak did it, and it's continuing under Keir Starmer. There is no change. It is not a change.
It's not.
It is the same thing. It is the same thing, actually.
You show me the Monday where it says
waiting time.
20% relief given to all Bupa, given to all of them companies. Show me where they get 20% relief now. Just in Tony Blair's time, in any time up till now, this very present day, you show me where they're getting 20% tax relief.
All he's doing is giving this extra little bit of incentive for people to actually use private healthcare in order to reduce the requirement for the use of the NHS. That's all he's doing.
Nothing wrong with that in principle, but you were saying you were all being made up, and he's not privatising nothing. But he is.
He's not privatising. No, he's giving choice. He's giving choice, and he's incentivising it.
Yes, he's giving choice. He's changing the fundamental point.
Anywhere in the country, like any particular, like if I wanted to go and see a doctor in Nottingham, but I live in Derby, I have that choice to go and see that doctor in Nottingham. That's nothing to do with what I'm talking about. That's nothing to do with being able to get a voucher to go and see another GP privately because I can't get and see mine in 3 days. That's not available now. You get if that was the case, think of how many people will be getting vouchers now to go and see a GP because none of us can get an appointment, can we?
Choice was always brought in. Choice was always brought in as a waiting times aspect, both as a quality aspect and a waiting times aspect. If your waiting times were too long, you had the right to go somewhere else immediately and go and get it done. And part of that was using the private sector to do it as well.
No.
So from what I can find, it's not really in addition to what Tony Blair started. He's calling what you say Tony Blair started as broken. He says the NHS model is broken, unsustainable, and he's advocating for a shift towards an insurance-based healthcare system to replace funding through general taxation. That has got nothing to do with what Tony Blair started at all. This is a total different approach to the NHS. And it would be two-tier. The more money you got in the bank, the better the service you will get. And if anyone thinks that's fair, then it's not. Then it's not. The whole point of the NHS is that it's the same service for everyone, whether you've got a penny in your bank or £1 million. But because they're all in the money and trading all the metals, no. So, we're getting scammed. It's a charade.
So the NHS is the same service for everybody. It's the same shit service for everybody.
It'll get fixed, won't it? But if it's only shit for those at the bottom, then maybe people won't give much of a shit. Because
it's the same service for everybody. But
it's a better service than what countries have got.
If you want to expend some resources to get a better service, do you get to expend your resources to get a better service?
Yes, but it shouldn't be when it's life or death and it's about your health, and we've got an NHS which is free for all. Then no, it should be the same for all. We should be improving the situation and access. We don't start going, oh well, the wealthy deserve better. If you've got the card,
what do you mean by deserve?
That's the word.
That curve applies everywhere.
You end up in a situation where you're powerless. You're reliant on everybody else. So that's in principle.
That's what the NHS is. That's what the NHS is.
And that's why we stand tall and say this is wrong, because we don't want to change it. That's the principle behind it. Free for all.
I don't think he's trying to change it.
So
I think what he's trying to do is give incentives so that other people who can afford to use private, use private, make capacity that is available in the NHS to be available for the people in the NHS that cannot afford private.
Yes,
and that will mean you've got access to good, solid NHS healthcare.
No, it won't, because all them when they're getting seen in private, then doctors are in the private sector. They're not at the NHS. You can't be in two places at once. So all them people that go and see the private people on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they get sorted.
Jamie,
the other people who don't have the private on Thursday afternoons and Friday afternoons. And we're assuming that all the funding is going to remain in line. So no, you're not.
Jamie,
why is it that you get our children, right? That the NHS won't fund their cancer life-saving treatment, and you have to go GoFundMe.
Jamie, also, when the doctor's education was paid for by the state, you might have a point. But when they're paying for their own education and they end up with a stupid amount of debt that they've got to pay off, why should they not?
No, that was, I agree. I think
can.
When you're splitting it up, it becomes a two-tier system. And unfortunately, I don't think that's fair. But it goes against the principle of the NHS. It just does. It goes against the principle of it.
Do you know how much they actually pay back there over the time? They don't pay full amount, do they?
They get ripped off. They're paying like £9,000.
They pay more.
Yeah, but over the time they don't get paid. They don't have to pay all of it back. But yeah,
most of them are paying now, right? More money than they're paying in interest. They're literally getting worse every month and still paying. It's disgusting. Some of the situations people.
But do you not think it's disgusting how like they were given at the beginning of the Labour, like when Labour came in, that they were given everything they wanted. Like, well, how much was it percent? Like, how much were they given? Pardon?
Yeah, so when I went to university, I paid £3,000 a term.
Yeah. Then it went to £9,000.
Things go up, doesn't it? It's like, seriously. And then they end up coming out with a hell of a lot more money anyway. It's just madness, honestly. I think they're just very entitled people, and they don't think about the actual nurses that do the work. Like, police aren't allowed to go on strike. Do you know? So I just think it's wrong.
For me, it were a debate about whether Farage were this man of the people. He knows what needs to be done.
Oh yeah, he led us into Brexit.
I just don't see that. I think he'll be a man of the people, yeah, but just not my people. No,
I'm just.
Who are your people?
Well, people. I would always like to advocate for those that are struggling, finding it difficult in life. There's a lot goes on in health issues. No one can have anything wrong with them nowadays. They just have to be workers that do 60 hours a week and contribute, and no one can have anything wrong with them. And that's just not the case. It's just not the case. They get left behind. So I'd say my people, I look after those that are struggling. That's what I'd say. My people are not those that are advocating for just using people. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a bit of, not a hypocrite, but like when I'm talking about this, I think it's outrageous that they even thinking about trying to privatise it, but yet at the same time I have private healthcare. But you know what I mean? However, I think it's wrong that at any point it should be like ever. I think it's just outrageous that companies like Bupa and people like that should get 20% tax relief. They get paid enough money. They shouldn't. Why should they get relief when there's it's just ridiculous? I don't get it.
If the NHS is that shit that they're saying we need to start having some private system, no, no, it makes no sense. It would make it worse.
They need to just sort the NHS out. Yeah, they do. Fair enough.
But you can have an MRI company that can do 50 MRIs a day, and you shouldn't utilise that. That's a very different approach. That's smart. That would be smart.
Can you explain? Can you explain where the insurance company gets 20% off or something, or gets a cash back?
Yeah, they get 20% tax relief from the government. From obviously, they have an income, don't they, from the people that pay their insurance? So they would then have to declare that.
What is it? Are you sure it's the institution that gets the 20% tax relief, or the person gets 20%?
I don't know about this stuff. I don't know.
I can guarantee you,
it's a key thing, because I don't know that it is. So I don't know where the information comes from.
Nigel Farage's mouth himself.
What did he actually say? He's going to give Bupa 20%.
No, not Bupa, insurance companies.
Insurance companies are good.
Yes, and that to me,
I'd like that checked. I'd like that checked.
I'm just now fact checking it, and it's saying everything I've said. I'm actually reading this, not going, go on, Jamie. It's saying it would bring in a 2-tier system. This is what Google's telling me on the AI. It says Farage's plans would bring in 2-tier concerns. Critics, including opposition parties, warn that Farage's proposals would create a 2 or even a 3-tier system, leading to a poor service for poor people. 100%.
Yeah, I told you guys.
Okay, Jamie, that's other people's opinions of
Yeah,
it.
but you aren't willing to accept them. It's like, nah, make it up, make it up,
No,
make
no,
it up.
no. I
Farage's
haven't
work.
seen
He said
I haven't.
also, right?
I haven't
Farage
seen.
said, well, BC in 2025, he were open to anything regarding replacing the NHS structure. He expressed admiration for the French system. Yeah. Contradictory statements. He wants a new model. It isn't working anymore. He also stated that the NHS will always be free to use under Reform UK, creating conflict between his long-term policy desires. In other words, he's bullshitting.
Yes.
It's free at point of contact, I think, and it's so A&E is free, but it's free for everyone. Don't point of contact. This is what frustrates me as well about when people say, "Oh, everyone gets the NHS, everyone gets healthcare," meaning like everyone, all the people that come in on visas and everything like that, they all get. No, they don't. They don't. They might get A&E care like we all do. Whenever we go to any country, we might get emergency care, but from that point, we have to pay for it. And same as people here, they have to pay for it.
That Nigerian woman.
Woman.
But
No, you know what I mean? When I say when you go,
honestly,
woman,
I-
like
at this point, I think I'd actually be happy with it. I think I'd actually be happy.
you have
with,
you have private insurance, though, don't you, John?
Well, yeah, you'll be all right because you'd be on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing. We'd be stuck
yeah,
Thursday.
But it's also the case that do I go down this route?
May I take this opportunity to say, Jamie, it's been a blast.
Good night, God bless.
Right, you
Good
know
night,
what?
everyone. Good night, Angela, and everyone else on the channel. And
I love
everyone,
this type of debating. I like we've got different opposing views, and we're not fighting. It's brilliant.
and it's been
So
constructive criticism. Take care.
Yeah.
let me
Take care, God bless. Nice to see you.
with
Respect ties.
sufficient. Fuck. Right. Yeah. Let's do this.
Go on.
So my during COVID or the coup, my dad had he had acquired haemophilia. It's a very rare condition, but it's also a condition that's very easy to diagnose. You do it with a blood test. His GP suspected that he had acquired haemophilia and referred my dad to the hospital. And when my dad got to the hospital, they just completely disregarded the blood test. They didn't accept it at all. They gave him, despite the fact that he had internal bleeding around his kidneys, they discharged him after giving him a blood transfusion. They literally gave him a blood transfusion and discharged him. They did what's called buffing his numbers. So they buffed his numbers. They made it look like he was healthy when he wasn't, and then they discharged him from the hospital. Long story short, he spent 3 weeks with an easily diagnosable autoimmune condition that they just and ignored 8 separate blood tests that easily diagnosed this condition. Like not 1, not 2, but fucking 8 blood tests that ignored the condition that he had. And they just ignored all of it just to get him out of the hospital as quickly as possible. They didn't give a shit about him.
I heard about the process. Yeah. They're like, we need this bed. Hurry up and get that sorted. You know, that's under pressure.
So they just buffed his numbers. And by the time they realized that they'd fucked up, it was too late. Because at this point, he was being ventilated. And COVID killed him.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I am.
So, and this is, so the NHS did this. And then the NHS also is going through a fairly epic review right now of where they sourced blood from to come from blood transfusions, for example.
Not sure what you meant. Sorry, that again.
So do you know what the blood inquiry is, Jamie?
I do know what the blood inquiry is, where they give contaminated blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a big. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was born in 1984.
Yeah.
And the day of my birth, my mother was given a blood transfusion.
Oh. Well, she's not part of that, was she?
Yes, she is.
Was she? Oh my God.
So how many parents exactly am I expected to sacrifice to the incompetence of the fucking NHS?
Oh yeah. It's mate, I were in the car today listening to some of these horrendous stories like yours, and I was just gutted. Kids, you know, they're ringing in about.
I've lost track of their fucking incompetence.
Well, it's incompetent to just to envisage someone with potential heart complications sat for 12 hours in A&E. That does not sit right with me. These are the things I want politicians to be getting on at. I want 2-hour waiting times. We want some serious action.
I want to make this. I want to make this abundantly clear. My father was his death was reviewed by the fucking coroner, and my mother, who fortunately is still alive, is currently a participant in a national inquiry. As like, how much trust am I supposed to have for the fucking NHS here?
I wouldn't. I mean, we would get horrendous. I mean, and I don't know if it's horrendous, John, and this should never happen when it involves people's lives. But I also want to acknowledge that I don't think it would be any different had it have a different shit goes. You know, they get things wrong, and I don't know how privatising. If that's what you're trying to suggest, is that or are you saying something needs to change? Because yes, something does need to change.
Something needs to change because they're not motivated by fucking outcomes. There is no consequence.
Yes,
unless there is no consequence here. Like it literally, like the coroner has to be involved, or it has to be a national inquiry in order for it to affect change. Other than that, they're just going to kick the fucking can down the goddamn road.
Didn't Tony Blair do something good about a 4-hour time limit?
Yeah, they're still doing it now.
Sort of.
Big up Tony Blair with his 4-hour time limit, because that used to be an issue, wasn't it? And
John, can I ask?
Actually, it didn't work. It didn't work, Jamie.
It didn't work. No,
they're still using it now. How can it not work?
Yeah, but they've dismissed it now. We've got nurses saying you will probably be here when I come to work tomorrow. I seen a video. She comes up. She goes, "We have got 60 people in A&E. When I go home tonight, some of you will still be here when I come in the morning." Thinking, wow, this is what message they're sending in NHS. Someone stood there telling them, "Have a great night, sat in that chair. See you in the morning." These are poorly people. Yep. And we're going, oh, well, let's just make a two-tier system, privatise it. Those that have got insurance will get sorted. But
there's a difference between having a target,
knowing
how to achieve it, and actually having the thing. And we failed on all three, all the way through, and we're still failing. I'll give you an example. So the immediate reaction for a 4-hour target is the most urgent people must be seen first.
Yeah.
And yet there's more and more urgent people keep coming through. So the people who have been there from the beginning that are still at the back of the queue because somebody else urgent comes in, stays at the back of the queue. So they had to produce something called the NHS Modernisation Agency to work out what the fuck is going on here. And the reality is you have to actually do both things. You've got to get rid of the backlog of all of the people that aren't as urgent as all the others because they fuck up all of your 4-hour waits, all of your target, they completely fuck it up while focusing and prioritizing on the people who are more urgent. So
I'd be fine with that. That's how even in practice now, if it's like I've been here 12 hours, but I could have gone to the doctors. Oh, well, unlucky for you. I just want to know that no one with, for example, as I said, a suspected heart issue, he sat there 12 hours. That is disgraceful. People have died, had heart attacks waiting to be seen and stuff. No.
But is the reason that we've got all of these problems, and I'm not just going to hit on the NHS here, I'm going to hit on our sewage systems, I'm going to hit on our water quality, I'm going to hit on lots of other stuff to do with our infrastructure. And what most people are saying is, yeah, okay, our land is big enough to take 70 or 80 million people, but our infrastructure isn't, because nobody has been putting the infrastructure in place.
We're already crammed. We can't get dentists. People are struggling to get. It's already.
And that's the point. And that's where all of the stuff we have talked about all comes in. We need to get rid of people who shouldn't be here to reduce pressure on the total infrastructure. Those people, if they have jobs, those jobs have got to go to people who are here.
Agreed.
And we need a long-term process for improving all of our infrastructure, which might require some, what we perceive, some strange ideas on how to improve certain things, like the fucking NHS. Like John has been going and saying it's a load of shit. But is it a load of shit because the concept is shit? Or is it a load of shit because we've just got too many fucking people in this country who all want to use it?
I think that's, to be fair, wrong. I'm not joking you. I think, like, you can say as much as you want about how there are too many people. What about the profits these companies have made and they've not put back into the actual companies themselves? That's just a mad thing to say.
That's another topic totally. But from a numbers point of view, if your A&Es are absolutely rammed, well,
if A&Es are actually rammed, though, but that's everybody, isn't it? It's not this 5,000 people that have come over since April.
No, but if you're coming from countries where they don't have a really good health system, it's likely that you're going to need it more when you get here.
Well, yeah, I know, but what we're talking, this is what I was saying earlier on about different people. So people that come over here on a visa, these people on a visa have to come with health insurance. They have to come over here with all them documents that we would have to if we went abroad.
It don't look like that when you go in A&E, though. If you go and have a look in one, it don't look like that. It's absolutely
heaving. Might not look like that, but it is the way it is the case. But apart from the ones that come over via illegal means, that is the smaller amount compared to the larger amount of people that are here illegally.
Schools as well. We haven't even touched on schools. Classrooms changing massively.
How many kids are coming over on boats? Hardly any. Do you know what I'm saying?
So why?
There's a lot of kids that are having to employ language people because they can't understand.
So why have we taken in so many people, irrespective whether they're legal or not? Why have we taken in so many people if our country's infrastructure cannot handle that number of people? Irrespective whether, even if all of them went into the NHS, half of them would require the NHS to actually deliver problems that they've got, whatever. You know, it's like, I'm not having a go at the NHS. I think the NHS is an absolutely fantastic concept. And we have fucked it up, is what I'm saying, just by our policies of bringing in so many people. We have to get...
because we brought those in longer, has it left people behind? Has it like... because there's less opportunities for people here, isn't there?
Yes.
The resentment and
the NHS has done two things. One is a product of the NHS that's their fault, and the other thing that they've done that is wrong isn't their fault. So 100%. Bringing in too many people is definitely a problem because there's too many people extracting and not enough people paying in. The NHS was always supposed to be, in its original inception, an emergency service, not a convenience service.
I know.
And it's become a convenience service, so it tries to do everything.
It's like a doctor's surgery. It's weird. It never went like that. You'd have sports injuries, emergencies, and that'd be it, wouldn't it, when I was younger?
Yeah, but it is also the case that we have brought in too many people, which is not the NHS's problem. It's not like border control is an NHS policy. It's just something that the NHS has subsequently
deal
had
with,
to
same as the
deal with.
school, same as the doctors.
Exactly.
Same as, yeah.
So
yeah, it's
now
just-
both of these institutions, i.e. border control and the NHS, are controlled by the same central institution, it's not like that you can blame the NHS for the number of people that are in the country. So I do think that there is a lot of blame to be thrown around the place, but it can't just be landed at one position or the other. And the NHS as an institution, in principle, is a good thing. I would like to see it succeed. I want to see it succeed. But in its current form, with the current attitudes that drive it right now, it is going to fail. We're going to lose it. And I don't want that to happen.
You think it's that bad?
Yeah, I think we're fucked. I think it is genuinely going to fall to bits, and immediately so. It is stretched so far beyond its means. It is unbelievable. It is trying to do altogether too much and for altogether too many people. It's not an NHS, it's an IHS.
Go on, elaborate.
So it's not a national health service, it's an international health service.
Oh, yeah, oh, class, smart. Well, I like what you did there. It's an international. So you think we've got NHS tourists?
Yeah,
Probably.
but it's not even about that. It's about like the budget, the medical budget of the United Kingdom is being spread around the world. Like, why for the love of Christ are we providing medical assistance to India when they're launching satellites into space? Like, we have homeless people on our streets in the UK.
Veterans.
But apparently we are supposed to be helping. Like, money's fungible, right? If you just give somebody a check, they don't have to spend it on what you tell them to spend it on. It's fungible. So that means our money's fungible too, right? It's ridiculous. I fucking hate it. But we are struggling to cover our basic needs.
Is there any point in your life, John, that you looked at the NHS and were proud of it?
So, yes, actually. The emergency end of it. The fact that anybody can call an ambulance and it will turn up for you, that it is a great social leveler. There's no medic of any kind of quality when you're in the emergency room and they're trying to keep you alive. No medic gives a shit about your value, your worth. And I think the biggest part about it that gives me hope is actually what my wife does. And obviously I'm biased.
I don't want to
But
spoil too much.
But the reason that I say it is because my wife, she's a neonatal nurse. So the young children that she looks after, not only they are not likely to survive without her help, but they are also more likely to come from, how can I put it? If you end up under the care of my wife, it is more probable that you've not been to your appointments for your pregnancy, for example, It might be that you're more likely to be addicted to certain chemical substances, for example.
Hey, hang on a minute. You can't say that. Babies that are born prematurely are down to them situations. There's certain.
I'm sorry, Angela, but on average, that is absolutely the fucking case.
No, I'm sorry, but no.
Angela, you're arguing with the wrong person about this because the data absolutely indicates that that is the case. If you don't go, Angela, are you out of your... Angela, do you think that it is possible that if you went to your appointments when you were pregnant and you're a productive member of society and you go to the appointments and they go, oh, there might be a problem with your placenta here, we should probably do something about that ahead of time. That is going to stop you from needing to need a fucking neonatal nurse. There are some problems that we can't do anything about. I agree, Angela, but there are a huge number of behavioral problems, like all of the number of heroin addicted babies that my wife comes home to me on a regular basis and cries about because she can't help them.
It's rough. It's a difficult topic. 5-minute warning. We are wrapping up in 5, guys. It's been a little bit.
Jesus, Angela. I mean, seriously, if like the
I've missed what's going on. I mean, people in the chat are picking up that Angela's getting a rough time here, and I missed the topic. I don't know what you said, John.
I was talking about neonatal babies are a result of drug addicts and missed appointments.
I said it's more likely to indicate, which is absolutely true.
Wow.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it, Angela? That if you're addicted to heroin, it's going to cause complications more. No,
I would say that's
you miss all the appointments. Not only do you miss the appointments that allow you to detect other things that are not related to the drug addiction.
Oh,
the drug addiction itself causes you a fucking problem.
Yeah,
you're not prioritizing the pregnancy.
So what you're saying was that basically that if you go if you or your child goes into, well, not you obviously, but if your child ends up in a NICU unit, then you end up, it's because either you're most likely to be a drug addict or you've not been to see his midwife and it's your own fault.
Are you a fucking idiot?
He didn't say that at all. He didn't say that.
I didn't say that at all.
Honestly,
Angela, I swear to Christ, I think you might be a fucking moron.
Oh, fucking hell. Let's keep it calm. She might have missed
there's only 2 minutes left.
Monday, it's been mental.
Can Angela pull the railroad spike out of her goddamn ear and listen to my message again?
No, let's be insulting.
This is something that I actually have a bit of passion about, Angela.
No, you're not.
As you may be.
I'll have to be rude to you. I'll have to be rude back and leave it, even it out. Don't be rude. She's allowed to disagree with you as well, or she might have heard you wrong, or you might have just been a little bit too blunt. I don't know. I didn't hear what was said, but
can I quietly swivel it a little bit? Does anyone think on this panel right now that the NHS is doing a good job?
Yes, I think they do some amazing stuff. It's like the police. You can always say, "Oh, the shit." The police do great stuff, and so they're saving lives out there. There's some amazing staff with NHS. I mean, I've seen it myself with my own lads. Some brilliant stuff, and yes, they absolutely do. I
wasn't talking about when they get to see somebody. I mean,
I think
are they delivering what anybody could classify as a good quality job to all those that need it?
Yeah, I think so. In most cases, yes, I would say so. Well, that's what it seems to be like, even under all this pressure. I think so.
Well, I can't access it.
What do you need?
Whenever I need to go to the GP, I cannot access it.
I can ring up the GP on a morning and be in that day.
Are you well known to your GP? I don't know.
No, it's just they have the certain procedures if you follow it right.
Well, and if I was to say I'm your standard bloke who doesn't go to the GP unless you have to, So I don't know what those standard procedures are.
So you don't know, and you've never.
And I ring up, as somebody that's going, yeah, I'm feeling at fucking death's door here. You haven't seen me in 15 years, but that's because I usually deal with my own shit. I don't come to you for everything, so I don't know what your processes are. And they go, yeah, we haven't got any appointments right now. When you finally get through an hour later, can you ring back tomorrow morning between 8 and 10? And so you ring up at 8 o'clock and you can't get through because all the people who know how to get through are all those that are already on the fucking line that have been sat there waiting to get through since 7 o'clock. So when you do eventually get through, no, I'm sorry, there's no appointments. It's really fucking tough.
It is.
For a hell of a lot of fucking blokes who don't usually, and I'm not saying it's not tough for women who don't do this, but
No, I appreciate
the people
that.
who do not understand the fucking system, you cannot even get access.
Now I know what you say. If you don't know how
And
to jump,
it is hard.
yeah,
It is hard for guys. I believe that it is.
And there's a
Definitely.
fuck of a lot of people that don't access, and therefore they get so pissed off with it, they don't
They get
bother
like-
accessing it, and they would prefer to just die alone in their bed
sadly.
than bother trying to get hold of the fucking NHS.
Yeah, it's
Because the NHS doesn't give a shit about them.
You know what? But no, I get that. You know, I do, because it's right. But for me, when a man gets in touch with a doctor or gets in touch with a bearer, it's.
But they don't
because
say,
it's-
they don't give appointments like whether you're a man, fucking white, middle class, or what, do they?
No,
Just listen to what Angela just said. Just listen. Say it again, Angela. Say it
For
again.
me, I've always thought that, like, when I look at it, I think for a man to go to ring up a doctor's to get an appointment, I've always thought that it gets to that point for a man where he knows he has to go. There's that thing that's, Joe, they leave it for so long, and then they know in themselves that they really ought to call a doctor now. But they put it off, and then so to be met with that brick wall, it must be the most frustrating and pissed off thing ever. Whereas a woman might be like, oh, I've got a bit of a niggle, or I might feel like this, or I might feel like that.
It all sounds very, very sexist, this. Bloody hell.
No, how can it be
There's
sexist?
a lot of women that might think I'll be right, surely. It's not all women just ringing up going, doctor. It's not women out like
Of
that.
course it is. I just feel like with men, it's really, and it's hard because with men in general.
No,
like,
there's loads of men that'll be on doctors all the time.
No, of
back
course
and
not.
forth.
But I just mean for men that are like a lot of men, and I can only speak from experience people that I've known, but it's hard though because men find it difficult to talk about so many different things as well that it's not normal for men to talk about. But of course, it needs to be normal because things happen to men, and I just think it's important that these things should be spoken about that. But I don't think I was right among
Get it talked about.
So I just thought the with men in general bit. That's fine. Yeah, the in general bit is maybe it tickled me.
Oh, suits you. And then, sorry, Monday, did that piss you off as well?
What?
Well,
And that's
no,
the-
because apparently I'm not allowed to generalise, but you are.
I don't know what to do. You can generalise
What?
if you want. Yeah.
I'll just put a link
No,
back.
you were
to
moved to Angela.
the-
You just attacked Angela. That's what people were concerned about.
Yeah, but there is a link backstage for you to click on to educate yourself. Just saying.
Oh.
What John's saying is that he was giving a generalization about what he knew was going on the basis of his wife, who works as a neonatal nurse. He wasn't saying that this happens every time, but he was giving a generalization of
Most likely, more
if
likely.
if it happens, you can guess 65, 70% of the time this is it. That's a generalization. That's what he was saying. And
But I then said, didn't I, that really factually that's incorrect because the statistics
How
and
do
the
you
studies
know?
show because it's things like
His wife
pre-cancer.
works there. That's what he's saying. He's saying his wife comes home and tells him every day what's going on. That's what he's saying.
And I'm saying studies clearly state different.
But she's on the ward.
but
She sees it every day.
She might do.
Did you
but
or
things
did
like
you just not
pre-cancer,
give a generalisation?
Um,
You literally said generally.
oh, get over yourself and get a grip. Fuck's sake. Fucking
Right, yeah.
hell.
Oh, tomorrow's live. How to improve the relationship between Angela and John.
Man, behave yourself. It just fucking, it needs to just fucking, oh my God. Seriously.
You coming back tomorrow, Monday?
It's Friday night tomorrow.
Yeah, it's free for all night as well. It gets good on a Friday. I don't get involved as much on a Friday. I sit back.
Does that mean everybody talks over each other all the time?
No, I just remove them instead of getting involved. I just put people backstage. So I'll let people just go on free for all. You'll be able to get in a lot easier. It's a bit of a fight. Loudest voice wins.
Yeah.
That's why I get put over.
It gets rough. Yeah. Angela's got the patience of a saint, says Shazza. I don't think Monday's coming back. I think that were a no. That were a no.
Oh, if I'm around tomorrow and I see you up here, then I'll have a listen in and determine whether to.
I'll suck it and see, yeah.
Right.
You're a great guest. I like. I need opposing views, and I need someone to go battle on, and you're great for that. So,
cheers, buddy.
I probably should, in fairness, when it comes to this argument, like I've spent too many nights with my wife. Coming back from like her shifts in bits, I do feel for her. I can't experience what she experiences, like when she's looking after those kids. You know, it does upset me to see her how she comes home sometimes, and I do my best to help her, but
I get that. It's personal, isn't it? And it's a personal thing, and it affects you personally. I understand that. Definitely. I think that's why I get so passionate about these, like, I don't know, grooming gangs and stuff like that, because it's affected me personally, and that's why I think it does. And that's why it affects me.
These things personally affect you. So
and they run you, they're passionate, make you passionate about these things, and yeah, I get it. I apologise for being the way I was. I shouldn't have been.
No, do you know what?
You don't have to. I consent.
No.
I'm more than it's cool.
No, it's fine. Whilst I am perfectly prepared to apologise, and I actually respect you, Angela. Like you bring it. You know, you like you step up. You're I like that. You know, I like it. It's good. It's good fun.
Yeah,
but it's not about the fun. It's like there are some arguments that get made where I just So
most times
I do apologise if I got a bit terse. So
no, it's all right. You were there because you were defending what you see generally day to day, so it's understandable. And I can be a moron. Just that
me too, no doubt.
Yeah, you both. That's brilliant. Let it go there. Yeah, it can get really emotive in panel easily, and
definitely
it can get really quick. It's difficult. It is. It's difficult, and we can be so strong in those positions. And when someone's firing back and going, sometimes it is what it is. And
definitely
part of it. You missed it all, LTG, because we are wrapping up. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to say good night.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Craig's willing to get back on it. We are wrapping up, Craig. Thank you.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. In a bit, Monday. Tarami. How many babies here are born premature? Is that get the figures? Bring it back tomorrow, Angela. We can touch on that tomorrow. You want to bring the figures?
No, but I can't now because it's a personal thing, and and if he sees his wife every day, I don't feel qualified enough to talk about.
No,
that.
it doesn't demonstrate the national picture just because his wife sees something in her ward. It's not that don't paint the national picture.
Well, in fairness as well, also where my wife works is a band 3 unit, so they see the worst of the worst cases.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that you can't draw a national picture. you can draw a picture from like the quality of care from like the worst of the worst cases, but it is a difficult thing to do because obviously the units are graded because of how they deal with so Coventry is they specialize in hematological cases. Nuneaton is a surgical unit. Birmingham Women's is a generalist unit, similar to Coventry actually. Oh, excuse me, coughing away. So for example, Coventry also does ECMO. They do extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, which most units don't do, especially with neonates, because it can massively increase the risk of stroke. But the reason they do it is because they do it when it comes with like piss poor lung development. So it's mad. Like we have this medical technology, and it's amazing to hear about it. Like I hear about it third party because like my wife tells me about it all the time, and like it is nuts. Like to hear like she comes home and like all I've done is built a building, and she tells me, she goes, "Oh yeah, I did this today." I'm like, it's fucking amazing. That's it's a weird position to be in, all told.
So I'm very proud of her, definitely.
Oh God, I am. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
Why wouldn't you be? She spends her life saving babies. Like,
imagine. Well, yeah, it is an amazing job, and it's when you think about it, it is. I'll just bring a few lambs into the world. That's about it. That's grim. That's very badly as well. Stay away from them.
A few extra bands running around.
I was just looking for a live stream to send everyone to, but there's none there. There's no one at all live. I can find anyone for you. So have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Cheers, John. Cheers, Angela.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Good night, John. Cheers, Angela. Right, I'm kicking you off. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you so much, everyone. That got a bit wild, didn't it? But I think it was decent. I felt like I've learned something as well. Yeah, eyes might go live. Angela should go live. I'd love to see Angela live during the day. Angela's lives during the day were great for people. We do need someone live during the day, definitely. We do. It's right there for the taking. It is. Big up you all. I'm so lucky that you all come and join me. I really appreciate it. I were going to wrap up a bit earlier on, but I lost my head. That's why I said to Reese, coming up out of my head, we're going boom, boom, boom. But it settled down. It settled down. Big up the Patriots. Don't you start. That's the first time we've seen John lose it a bit, innit? Yeah, that's the first time. He brought it back. Yeah, cheers, Sash. Thanks for everyone. Catch you on the next one. Have a great evening wherever you do. I'll see you later.